Yes! 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 Yes!
Okay. Here goes nothing. Really. Let me try to damage the board. I think I'm gonna want a knife here. My man. Yeah, I'm not quite reckless enough to be opening computer parts up with one hand, with this holding this camera in the other. Okay, and it's out. Yes. Oh. Oh no. Knifey, where are you? Considering my vision, I really should have turned the light on. That's on me. Ain't that a beaut? See, I think I see M.2. Alright then. Along with that SSD, I actually have a I believe a emmc from the Steam Deck to put up in here. I think that's PCIe 2 compatible, so it should work. It's only 64 gigs, but hey, I'm not using it. The front I/O looks alright from what I've seen too. This actually might be compatible and I don't need any adapters. I'll see when I get to building. I'll do that tonight or early morning, since I'm going through another night out phase anyway. I'll be more productive then. And also, I have to adult again. I have to go outside. It's okay now. It's okay, I know. I can accept it. But till then, peace. Okay, had a big ass dinner. Fell asleep. Now it's like what, around 4 a.m. and I felt like getting started. First things first. Let me test the motherboard. I still get anxious around this part, and it all goes back to 2016 when in my first PC build I accidentally dropped my 8320E FX CPU. I installed that broken now. I installed that damaged 5600X a lot of times to test it because of how unstable it was. And in the process, you think it would have gotten me over that fear of AMD CPU installation, but we'll see. Okay, please don't be bent. Please don't be bent. Let's see, this is the 2700X, right? Yep. Okay, here we go. After swapping it in and out for that damaged 5600X, I'm pretty sure I didn't bend anything. Hope to God I didn't. Alright. I'm not arrogant enough to do this shit on camera, and I gotta lift that latch. Okay, looks like I did it. Oops, seriously forgot to take the RAM out and we put it in there. Alright, they look like they snapped right in. That one looks a little crooked. Let me recheck. No, not exactly. Yeah, I hate when that happens. Hold on, let me try this again. Okay, hopefully that was right. While I'm at it, I wanted to try that SSD I took out of the Steam Deck to replace it with this one right up in here. Let's give it a try and see if it reads it. Okay, gonna trust the advice I was given from other PC builders. Spare myself some time and not install the cooler. Just hold it down, just press it or touch it with my hand. See if it gets hot and see if I see post and switch the power supply off the second I see it. I believe I saw Greg Salazar do this plenty of times during his Fix Up Flop series. Yeah, consider that a shout out. Okay, rather than get my jumper, I'll just use a screwdriver method this time. Oh wait, should I plug in a fan just to see so I have some indication that the thing is on? I didn't even consider that, but wait, the power supply should spin up. Let me give it a shot. Okay, the lights came on the motherboard. Alright, that's a good sign now. I need to try to kick it on. Okay. Let me keep my hands on the CPU. Not sure if I touched the front panel jumpers. Give it a second. Let me try this with my big screwdriver. Okay. Power supply spinning. Keep my hands on it. It's warming up. I feel it warming up. Uh-oh. Okay, I had to stop it real quick. Okay, I know it boots now. Ooh, that thing was getting toasty. All right then, I know it works. I got nervous and was forgot what a power supply switch was. Since his favorite color is blue, I think I'll try to see if this will work in there. Since it's micro ATX, let me break the measuring out and see if it'll fit. It looks like it fits by 1 inch, roughly, so I'll give it a shot. I don't care what anyone says, I much prefer the CPU retention clamps here, just clamping it down, to the screwdriver method. Still remember when I cut myself on this damn thing, and I'm still kind of bitter about it. Feel some type of way about that shit. Wanted to blow it out a little with my air blower. Alright, looks like I got the fan in. So much easier to do it when not inside the motherboard. Okay, testing it with the fan. Let's see how things are looking. 33C, not terrible. Is the driver? Wait, I don't think the M.2 is actually recognized. Okay, no big deal. Wait, oh shit, wait. There is, the 64GB is recognized here. Wait. Boot priority. Okay, it's giving boot priority. Okay, it is. It's 64GB. I won't use it for obvious reasons. 64 gigabytes on Windows for someone not that apt with computers. Hell, that's a hard time for people who are experienced computer builders. No. And with that, I think I'm ready to break the case out and get serious. Start mounting this thing. By the way, in case it wasn't close enough, this is the cooler I decided on. Oh my god, I've been waiting over a decade to see this. A standardized front panel connector. That's just one connector. Oh, thank Jesus. But on the flip side, I hope this works. Because that means it can only go in one way, right? If it's not a standard, I'm fucked. Okay, since I want to test again that it boots, might as well hook it up on the desk and try on my table and try this. First, let me take a lunch break. Leftover Godfather's pizza. Yum. Okay, and just like that, I think I have my first little issue, or snag. Just when I thought everything was going too good. I was getting my hopes up and getting real cocky. I don't know how this happened, but I think the audio cable, the AAFP, got bent. I don't know when it happened or how. Guess I gotta bend it back with a knife. It's worked before when I did it. I'm gonna try not to panic. Okay, think I fixed it or bent it back, aligned it right. Hopefully that's enough. I don't want to risk breaking it off. Okay, you think with the front panel connector having just one plug, I was so thankful for that. In all my years, I've never seen that. I guess this is a more modern case because I was stoked about that, but something always had to go wrong, and I was prepared for that. I mentally prepared myself for that. But when that pin was bent in the audio plug, oh boy, took me a minute to bend it back. Yeah, vision. And with plugging the rest of them in like the USB 3, yeah, I broke a massive sweat here, and I need to get some rest right now. I've been up since 3 a.m. So I'll get back to it later. I really miss the days when they would just let you slide the PSU in there and just screw it in, just like that. But now, now we got brackets and shit. It doesn't have to be this annoying. It took me a second to grasp what they wanted me to do, and I had to take a look at the manual too. Okay, it's in. Oh, all right. And now, time for some cable management. Since I know the motherboard boots, I can just go straight to making it as neat as I possibly can. Or at least give it my best shot. Let's see how it looks after. Okay, now would be the time for me to finally take this back off and start routing cables. Oh, I gotta use a screwdriver. Okay. All right then. This is what we're working with. Has a decent amount of cable routes I can do in options. Gotta love those options. Had no problem getting to where I needed to be. That audio cable came loose again. I'll have to put that in. Hopefully I didn't bend it again. Let me zoom in. It looks like it's still straight. Good. Well, as straight as I made it. I would mainly tape SSDs down. Fuck it. Now I've been taping 3.5 hard drive, mechanical hard drives down. And how the damn thing happened. Hell, I can show that in GG right now. Maybe not, it's in the living room. I don't feel like going through that trouble. Let me try the quote-unquote neater option first when it comes to the SSD. Okay, this looks simple enough. Maybe I won't even bother with the ghetto taping method. Oh wait, I might put a fat mechanical hard drive up in there. I want to put a couple in there to replace his, to clone the one he has already. Oh no, I'm out of duct tape. I knew I forgot to get something. And that means it's time for the 480, baby, 480. Maybe I can at least make a route for one SSD. I don't have to use both of these. Hell, maybe I'll use one of my extra HDDs in here too. But then I could just wait for him to give me his. Okay then, I think 2 screws are more than enough. Hell, I've mounted plenty of SSDs and some HDDs with nothing. Alright, if I want another drive, it looks like I'm gonna have to use a SATA splitter. Or maybe not. If I stick to just 2, all I need is my Molex to SATA power. Yep, I knew I had this lying around. Okay, after I find a route for this thing that I like, I'll do the test boot with everything hooked up and see what happens from there. Oh, wow. The fucking GPU screw right here. This screw, it gave me so much fucking trouble I could not get it to come out. I got so pissed when I finally took it out, I threw that bitch away. I didn't even hesitate. So I'm not even gonna show it on camera. That's searching for a needle in a haystack in my trash can, and yeah, I'm not even gonna do the trash. To hell with that screw. But yeah, now I got the GPU bracket open. Oh, I think I got it open. There we go. Looks like we're going old school. If I remember, you just wiggle them till they give way. Hope I don't cut myself. Or metal shavings break off. I'm gonna have to shake the case out if that happens. Okay, that's 1. And that's 2. Now I can install the GPU again. You ever had that feeling that you cut yourself somewhere and that you're bleeding and leaking? Because I kind of feel like that right now after messing with that plastic. I really appreciate this setup. It's similar to what Player 2 uses. Because you don't have to screw in the brackets one by one. Just take this one clip and you're all good to go. The one right here. I also got another screw to replace that one I threw away in rage. And it looks like I'm all good. Now I can install the GPU. Okay, growing very anxious about this test boot. Well, probably the most important one. I know that it worked in the case, but the computer was blind when I did it because I didn't put the graphics card in yet. I just could tell it looked like it didn't short or anything. It did boot. Alright, switch the power supply on. Okay, I see the lights. And come on. Nothing. Wait, hold on, I'm not gonna freak. It might be the front panel connectors. Hold on, one more time. Yeah, let me see. Okay, come on. Take two. Ooh. Come on. Okay, LEDs on. Fans on. Alright. And we got life. Fuck yeah. Okay, while I'm at it, let me check the SSDs. That one's recognized still. The 64 emmc. How do you say that one? The one that's in between an SSD, but it's not. Cheap ghetto SSD. Okay, my Intel 480 baby, 480 is recognized. Alright, everything looks good. I am so happy that shit turned on. I was staying calm, but at the same time, you expect the worst to happen with PC building. You instinctually prepare yourself for the worst. And I lucked out that time. Just stayed calm, and as I assumed, it was the front panel connectors. Luckily, I got off easy as far as I'm concerned, but right now, I'm taking my victory. I'm happy, and now it's time for me to get to maybe a little bit more. I wanted to get these two things now and ordered them after I knew that the thing was working and all good. The motherboard doesn't naturally have USB-C or USB-C ports, so I'm going to take one of the USB 2 ports and change it into a USB-C to accommodate it. Yeah, it'll GIMP it, but an extra port is an extra port, right? And then, yeah, we got to do some aesthetics. He said his favorite color is blue, right? So I want to hook him up with a couple of blue LED fans and those blue RGB strips. Magnetic. I think it'll look nice and it'll really make the case pop. Everything should be good to go right now. Let's see. So I'm just going to get that stuff together and tidy up the cables or whatever else. But everything should be smooth sailing from this point on. Hopefully. Unless something catastrophic happens. I'm still, not going to get cocky and end up breaking something like an idiot. So I'm still being as slow paced as I was now. But I will get back to you guys. And I think next time I come on with the next part, it's going to be a showcase of the final build. Peace.